whenever you're ready, you can inhale if you feel that desire within your body. Do you feel that desire for air? That's substance. That, when you inhale, did you exhaust the amount of air that's available? No. You had all you needed. There's plenty of more air, right? But that desire is God seeking itself. And I've got one slide out of place here, so I'll come back to these. Here we go. It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. How does that relate? That desire for air is God's attempt to have you know that everything you want is available. You wanted air. It was available. The source of our life and the source of our energy desires us to have everything we want. Just as our bodies have this desire for air, we have a desire to know God. We have that same pull to take it in, to recognize who we are and whose we are. And we do that by going within ourselves. So it's your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Everything that you desire is available for you. Let's see if I can figure out where I left off. There we go. So let's examine where our minds have gotten detoured from that. In his book, In the Flow of Life, Eric Butterworth says, let's examine the prevailing attitudes about this thing called life. There are two basic views. One, we come into the world as empty creatures who go forth in life to be filled. For life for us at any time is the sum of what has happened to us and what we have been able to accumulate in wisdom, experience, or things. That's the world's view of our life. Or two, we come into the world as living souls of infinite potentiality to be discovered and released, for life is lived from within out. I picked number 2. Anybody want number 2? We've got to unlearn number 1, because that's what we were trained to engage the world with, is that first view of life. And the second one is the truth. The second one is that each of you are expressions of God, pressed out from the substance into the material world. And so his concept of life lived within out is a valuable concept. I think we might need some batteries. The great truth taught by the mystics of all ages is life is lived from within out. This means that the whole universe is concentrated at the point where you are. More than this, you are the universe expressing as you. You are its living enterprise. It forever stands behind you with its full resources. However, the fullness of this universal support comes through you and not just to you. It's not about being the best you can be. It's about being an expression of source energy into the world. The most profound knowledge that you can attain is that your whole experience flows forth inexorably from a universal process, which is always within out. And now to the Father's good pleasure. In other words, there is a longing at the heart of the universe to flow forth into and to perfect all that has been created. It's the Father's pleasure for you to move into perfection as a human being. This is the basis of all healing and success and overcoming. The kingdom within is the realm of all potentiality, all substance, all life, all love, all peace. That's our legacy. That's where we came from. That's who we are. That's manifesting ourselves in the world. And Jesus said, "You will know the truth, and the truth will make you free." It's a pretty common statement, right? What are we being made free of? We're being made free of the limitations that we put on ourselves. We're being made free of this world that says it matters who you are, or how much you have, or who you know. Well, it does matter who you are, and how much you have, and who you know. But they've got it wrong, because who you are is an expression of universal potential. What you have is every resource that you could ever imagine and more. And who you know is the creator of the universe. So where's the limitation? There is no limitation. Eric Butterworth said, "Free from the thought of living at the mercy of the world outside, free to let God be God in us, and free to get into the flow of the universe of life, light, and substance. Truth is a universal flow that can only be vaguely caught in the web of human consciousness." Our human consciousness will never be able to understand the vastness of our potential and our opportunity. So the In the Flow book has a lot more information about being in the flow, but one of the things that Eric put in there was this Patanjali quote: "As the removal of earth by a farmer digging a ditch opens up a channel for water to flow to his crops, so the removal of obstacles by the student opens up a channel for cosmic energy to flow into his being." It's a universal truth. That's a Hindu writer. It's our job to get the things out of the way that get in the way of the flow of the universe, so that we become part of the flow of the universe. We are the universe expressing as me. So as I wrap up this talk, I thought I'd leave you in good hands by doing a couple of audios from Eric so you can hear his voice. This is the transcription of what you're going to hear, and then we'll do, I'll have a couple of comments, and we'll do a meditation that is Eric's. Okay, you all got that memorized, right?
I'm gonna try to put it back up if the computer will allow us. But we'll use our audio abilities right now.
God is not to be found. God is nowhere. We can do this on the blackboard too. God is N-O-W-H-E-R-E. God is nowhere. By a slight emphasis, you can change the whole implication. God is now here. God is now here. God is nowhere. In the sense that God is nowhere to be found, not a person, not a place, not even a being that can be related to in some distinct place in the universe by some special unique process. But God is presence, all present, now here. The only way I can know God is to know that expression of God. The only way I can know God is to know myself and to find the depth of myself. Then I suddenly find myself at the point at which the allness of God is expressing itself or himself or, if you will, herself at the point of need. The allness expressing as an eachness.
The allness expressing as an eachness. The allness is expressing in each one of you as an eachness. It's God. God's right here in the room, right here among us. So, Eric Butterworth has some wonderful materials that flesh out this allness expressing as an eachness. One of the things that he does in this particular audio is he talks about the beginning. And he says, Genesis says, in the beginning, allness. In the beginning, allness. What Eric talks about is the fact that every moment is in the beginning. This is the beginning. Right now is the beginning. And allness is right here. So no matter how much we've lived in the world's view, in that number one view before, we can begin in this moment to live in the allness of the allness expressing as eachness, each of us being the expression of the creative force of the universe. And so to conclude, for our meditation, put up...
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Put up the last slide, which you can memorize just by me telling you. In the beginning, allness. And we will listen to the end of this series that Eric Butterworth has on truthunity.net by listening to his meditation that he ends the series with.
Let's be still for just a moment, if you will. Let's just get the feeling that what we've talked about so far is totally preparatory. We've simply mouthed words. Words really are meaningless except that they direct us to consciousness, feeling, awareness. So let it all go now. And let the creative process come into a living experience right here where you are. First words of the Bible, in the beginning God. And we're simply saying, in the beginning, allness. In the beginning, at the heart, root, and foundation of you, and of your life, and of your experience, is the wholeness of the universal process, expressing itself as you. Just think of yourself for a moment as being the central point of a focus of light. Light is in sharp focus. And that, as the poet says, is a little light that a man may desecrate but never quite lose. You are a point of light in the infinite light of God. You're an expression of love in the limitless love of the infinite. You're an experience of wholeness and health in the activity of the allness of healing life. You are a flow of substance within the all-sufficiency of infinite supply. And it's flowing, 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 pouring, 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 moving, moving, moving into you, through you, as you. And you feel good. Don't let yourself wonder how. Don't question who made God. Don't think in terms of what was there before, it was nothing. Let all of these human thoughts go. Just feel your oneness with the allness of the infinite. In the beginning, allness. I want especially for this hour this morning to be a point of beginning. Not so much a beginning in time, though it can be that too, a starting point of a new experience, a new discipline, practice. But that it begins here in terms of a principle that is realized here. In the beginning, allness. Thinking in terms of what lies before you, the relationships you still have to meet when you leave here, the home you go to, the work you'll be involved in tomorrow, physical experience, even the diagnosis and the prognosis of doctors that have judged your physical form. In every case, in the beginning, allness, 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 allness. And remember, wherever you are, the allness of God is present. And the allness of God is present because you're present. And you are always, and in all ways, an eachness within the allness that is God. And praise God for the truth that makes us free. Amen.
consequences.